Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to be showing you how I achieved this braid out look. However, I did make some mistakes along the way, so I'm going to be really mostly just showing you the mistakes to avoid, because it came out okay but it could have been a lot better. So here we go. So I just start by parting my hair. The parts don't really have to be super neat, but I'll show you now that the hair that I took, the sections that I was using were very small, and with a braid out, if you have 4C hair that is fine like mine, then you definitely want to use thicker parts. So as you just saw, I applied some water because I'm using the LCO method. I applied some water and then I applied my styler, which is the Camille Rose butter that I just showed you there, and I'm quite generous with it, and I rub it into my hair, focusing on the ends, and then I just detangle the hair with a wide tooth comb. The hair is washed and conditioned already and stretched, but I just wanted to kind of go through it again. And then finally I put the oil. As I said, I'm using the LCO method because my hair is a bit drier, and I have, I think, high porosity hair. I haven't actually taken the test, but just by how it loses moisture, absorbs moisture, but loses it very easily as well. So then I just start to braid the hair as normal. I'm not a professional braider or anything like that. This is just how I do it, or how I did it. But again, as I said, I used very small sections, and you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that your sections are quite large so that it's easy to undo, and then you can avoid frizz, and you retain that definition that we all love from braid outs. So yeah, that's the mistake that I made. But I braid right down to the ends, and then when I get to the end, I divide the hair. Instead of it being in 3, I divide it into 2, and then I finish off with the twist, just a normal 2-strand twist, because it makes it so much easier when you are undoing the hair, so that the ends don't lose their curl. You want to divide the hair into 2 and then finish off the braid with a 2-strand twist. And then of course, as usual, you just curl the ends around your finger. So as you can see here, I'll show you guys again. I apply some water and then a little bit of that styler, whatever cream you use. I'm using the Camille Rose Naturals butter, and I'm quite generous with it, running it from the ends to the roots. And then I detangle. You want to make sure your hair is thoroughly detangled for this style, because you don't want to have frizz, and when you start braiding you don't want to run into snags. So finally I apply my oil in order to seal that moisture into the hair. I divide the hair into 3, and I was trying as much as possible to divide the hair into equal parts, so 3 equal parts before I start braiding, but it was a little bit difficult, especially at the back. But you really want to make sure that you divide the hair equally, so that you're not borrowing from hair. You're not borrowing hair from, other sections, because again, that'll tangle the hair when you undo it later. It'll take long to undo, and it'll just ruin the style. So that's something to avoid doing as well. Make sure that you divide the hair equally, and that you're not borrowing hair from either side or each section. And then finally, of course, end of the braid with a 2-strand twist. So I'm just going to allow you guys to see how I braid my hair all throughout, and then I'll come back and show you the takedown. Okay, so here is just the final strand that I'm doing. I'm gonna again just explain to you guys what I do. So I applied my water and then applied my cream, detangled, and added my oil to seal, always focusing on the ends and slowly working up to the root. And then I divide the hair into 3 different sections, trying my best to keep the sections equal so that I don't have to borrow hair from any of the sections. And then I just braid all the way down until towards the end of the hair, after which I divide the hair into 2 sections and do a flat twist, a 2-strand twist in order to finish off the braid. Okay, so this is my whole head done. As you can see, my sections are quite small. They come out like they look like big sections, but when I actually braid them, because my hair is quite fine, even though it looks thick when it's out, when it's when it's in plaits, it's quite fine. And so I would definitely say double up those sections. If you think the section is bigger, probably add more hair. So now I'm here ready to undo the hair, and you're going to see how much I am going to struggle to undo these braids. It was so difficult. I couldn't they were so thin that I couldn't undo them with my fingers, so I had to use the back of a rat tail comb. And yeah, that worked. However, it did cause frizz, and it took a long time. And I think you should be able to just unravel the braid with your fingers. You shouldn't have to use a comb or any other kind of tool or anything. But in any case, I managed to do it, but that really had an effect on the curl. But as you can see, it does give great definition, and obviously the smaller the braid that you do, the more definition you actually have. However, braid outs give you quite a bit of definition anyway, so I think it's okay to do them thick. You're still going to get more definition than you would from a twist out, for example. So I definitely say still keep those braids quite thick, but I'm still quite happy with the result. I had kept the braids in actually for about a week because they didn't dry overnight, and braid outs take quite a while to dry. Like the braids take quite a while to dry, so definitely you have to have your braids in for at least 2 days. Once I'm done, I just fluff out. I didn't do too much separating, just a little bit, and of course I'm just going to gel my edges just to clean up the look a little bit. And I'm using the Palmer's olive oil super control gel for edges. And then as usual, once I'm done applying my edge control, I just set my edges using a silk scarf and wait a few minutes for that to just dry and set properly. And that's my style. And there you go, guys. That is my braid out. I made quite a few mistakes along the way, so this is not a tutorial, but it does show you how, like, the things to avoid. And I'm sure if I had done those things, then I would have gotten a much better result. But still, I managed to salvage the look, even though I wasn't 100% happy. But I hope this helps. I'll try and do an updated one. But thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and come back for more content. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.